Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Wherever you are in the world, welcome to my channel. You could be anywhere, but you're here with me, and I greatly appreciate it. This is my first video, so please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful invitation. It's a laser cut with glitter that does not shed. Alright, so you want to go ahead and open up your Silhouette Studio Designer software. I'm using Designer Edition. You will need to use Designer Edition or higher to import SVG files. At the end of this video, I'm going to be giving away the free SVG file. So stay tuned for that. So what we want to do is go ahead and write out your text. You want to just hit your text button and write your text out. You want to have one text box per line. So if you can see, this first line says you're cordially invited, and it's one text line. This is another line. I do this so everything can be lined up exactly how I want it. I can space my words the way I want them to be spaced, make them as big or as small as I choose, and just get the look that I'm trying to go for. Once I have that look, or I have my whole text written out, go ahead and select everything, and I'm going to change my line style color to green because I'm going to be doing this with my foil quill. And I'm sorry if you hear the background noise. I know I just heard that horn beeping. I live in New York City, and it is always loud here. Alright, so I'm going to change my font to a font that I purchased on sofontsy.com called Dear Agatha 2. Now, before I start playing with the size of my font, I want to go ahead and make sure my font will fit in the box. So my invitation base card, which this is my base here, is going to be a 4x6. So I want to draw a rectangle and make it a 4x6 size. Alright, once I have that in place, I just go ahead and lock that. Group all of my text together. And then bring them over. Now I can see what is going to fit where. I ungroup it and go ahead and start playing with the sizes, make their names bigger, make the words smaller, space out the way I want things to be spaced. Okay, so now that I have all of my font in place and spaced the way I want it to space, I will go ahead and grab my font as well as the invitation card, which is my rectangle, and I want to just center align everything. And now that it is center aligned, I'll go ahead and group it together. So now we are ready to go ahead and tape down our foil to our cardstock. However, before we tape our foil, we want to first plug in our foil quill. You want to make sure it is plugged in at least 5 minutes before you use it. I just plug mine directly into my laptop, but you can use a power bank as well. Now, once your foil quill is plugged in, you want to place the metal tip directly underneath it, just so it doesn't melt your machine, supposedly. And at this point, you want to go ahead and wash your hands. You want to make sure that your hands are free from any oils or any lotions. Not even your own natural oils should be on the paper, because the cardstock will stain if you have oil on your hands. So we have our cardstock already on our mat. We are ready to tape down our foil. I'm going to be using blue foil today. This is from the We Are Memory Keepers Peacock collection. Comes with some blues, purples, greens. Beautiful set. You get about 34x6 sheets in a package from Amazon. And I cannot remember how much I paid for it, but the link will be in the description below. Now, I forgot to mention earlier, you will need washi tape. I got this washi tape from Amazon. It was about $10 for 60 rows. I'm going to go ahead and tape all 4 sides. I like to sit down a piece of cardstock or an envelope or something just to make sure that I tape it straight and it's nice and tight. So our foil is taped down to our cardstock. I taped all 4 sides. It doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see, it's not. I have some air, I guess, in there. It's not perfect, but it will do. So I'm going to go ahead and put my mat into my cutter and take out my foil quill and my auto blade and switch this to the first tray. Now I am using a silhouette, so I use adapter A, and I'm using the medium tip to create this invitation. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and send that to the silhouette. Now, this is where we had the green and the red lines. We're only going to do the green. The green is just for sketching for this design. So I have my silhouette set to heavy cardstock and sketch. I have it on a speed of 4, force of 7 with 1 pass. We're going to go ahead and send it. And I have been having trouble with this all day. So let's hope it works. Alright, so now that we are finished with the foil, you just want to take it off, but you don't want to actually take it out because you want to make sure that it foiled correctly, which in this case it did. Okay, so you still want to leave it in, leave your mat in your cutter, because now you're going to go ahead and cut. Take this out. Alright, now once that is complete, we can actually unload our mat. And you just want to flip your mat upside down and roll your mat backwards, holding your cardstock in place. That way your mat doesn't curl your paper. So this is now the base for my invitation. I did make some changes to the size. I decided to go with a 5x5 invitation instead of a 5x7. So this is the base. It's small, but it's still very readable, and the foil looks great. Alright, so I finished my cut for my design, but then I got a phone call from my best friend in the middle of a crisis. So I was not able to film pulling this off the mat. But as you can see, this is your petal fold. It came out very beautifully. There's no dashes or anything. It's just perfect. I also went ahead and cut my background pieces, and I cut my belly band all off camera. Now I made a name tag also for the couple's invitation. There is no particular size that this needs to be. I just made it, the belly band is a 2-inch wide, so I made this about a 1 1/4, and I just eyeballed it really and cut it down to a size that I thought would look nice. It actually was the whole width across, and I just kept cutting it down till I thought it was a size that I liked. All right, so now we're just going to go ahead and put everything together. I like to start from the front and work my way back. So I'm starting with the invitation card. Just get my tape. And I'm just going to center my tape and center my invitation base card in the middle of this card. Just want to make sure it's even on all 4 sides before you push it down. That looks pretty even to me. It's perfect. All right, now we're going to add our glitter. All right, so now we're going to just add the finishing touch, which is I like to add 2 Swarovski crystals on the name tag. So I'm going to just take a little bit of glue. All you need is a dab. And I like to use my quick stick from We Are Memory Keepers. I just pick up my crystal Dab it in my glue. Take the other half of my stick and put it on their name tag. And there we have our invitation. And it's complete. We can slide off our belly band. All right, so that is it. Our invitation is complete and it turned out very beautifully. Be sure to check the description box for a list of items you'll need to create this invitation, as well as how to get this SVG file for free. Make sure you also like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to receive notifications on when I upload new videos. Thanks for watching, and God bless. Before I go, I just want to give a special shout out to my loving husband who has always been down for me and very supportive through all my endeavors. You are greatly appreciated and I love you so much.